Okay, let's just jump right into this. Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're unpacking a massive new infrastructure opportunity unfolding right now in South Africa. We're looking at a huge structural response to one of the country's absolute most critical needs, which is off-grid water security. This isn't just your standard run-of-the-mill construction job. It's a real window into how major institutions are completely rethinking public utilities. So if you're in engineering, construction, or renewable energy, you are definitely going to want to pay close attention to what we have on deck today. To really get the scope of this opportunity, we first have to look at the core infrastructure challenge. How do we secure water without relying on the power grid? Water security is literally one of South Africa's highest infrastructure priorities. But delivering that water consistently, well, that's become incredibly difficult when it's tied to a strained conventional electricity grid. Think about it. You essentially have two critical systems, water and power. When one is vulnerable, the other completely fails. To solve this, we absolutely have to break that dependency.
Which brings us to Section 1, the solution, off-grid resilience. Let's get into it.
So this is exactly where the Development Bank of Southern Africa, the DBSA, is stepping up with their latest procurement initiative. Historically, pulling water out of the ground and treating it takes massive amounts of electricity. It is heavily grid dependent, and because of that, highly vulnerable to power outages. If the power stops, well, the water stops. It's that simple. But the DBSA approach, it completely severs this dependency. By pairing water extraction directly with solar energy, they're creating a system that is entirely independent and incredibly resilient. It aligns perfectly with national objectives to boost service delivery, while literally bypassing conventional electricity infrastructure altogether. It's honestly a huge shift.
So what does this actually look like on the ground? I want to be clear here. This is not just about digging a few wells. We are talking about a comprehensive, whole system build-out. Contractors are being called on to construct the solar-powered boreholes, sure, but also the standpipe infrastructure, the necessary water storage facilities, and those absolutely crucial water treatment systems. It is basically an end-to-end off-grid water delivery mechanism, the whole shebang. Moving right along to Section 2, the 4 target municipalities. The DSBA has targeted 4 very specific regions for this rollout. We're looking at the uThukela, iLembe, Ugu, and Joke Kwabi district municipalities. Now, while the exact contract value hasn't been publicly disclosed just yet, the fact that this spans 4 distinct regional districts strongly suggests we are looking at a massive infrastructure deployment across these underserved communities. All right, Section 3, opportunities for contractors. If you're watching this and you operate a business in this space, listen up, because this is where you really need to focus. The target industries explicitly invited to bid cover quite a wide spectrum of expertise. They're actively looking for civil engineering contractors, water infrastructure specialists, renewable energy providers, specialized borehole drilling companies, and project management firms. Because the scope covers everything from equipment supply and construction to solar integration and ongoing maintenance, there are just so many entry points here. If your firm falls into literally any of these categories, this tender represents a massive, concrete opportunity to secure publicly funded infrastructure work. And that brings us to Section 4, important tender logistics. Let's talk details. Seriously, grab a pen or open a notes app right now, because this is the key to the whole process. RFP 063/2026. That is the official tender reference number issued by the DBSA. This is exactly what you are going to need to search for to download the official procurement documents and kick off your submission. Now, you need to move fast. Actually, scratch that, you need to move incredibly fast, because the schedule here is super tight. Following the June 5th publication date, the next step is a highly recommended, though technically non-compulsory, briefing session. That's happening virtually on MS Teams on June 15th, 2026. And finally, the absolute strict closing deadline for bids is June 22nd, 2026 at exactly 23:55. That leaves a very, very short window for engineering and construction firms to mobilize, partner up if they need to, and submit a truly comprehensive bid. Almost done here. Let's look at Section 5, the strategic impact. Participating in this tender goes far beyond just, securing a lucrative contract or padding your firm's portfolio. Although, obviously, it certainly offers huge potential for future expansion in municipal water and renewable energy programs. But fundamentally, the so what here is about contributing to a critical national objective. It directly supports vital municipal service delivery and builds genuine, long-term infrastructure resilience for underserved communities who just desperately need reliable access to clean water. So I want to leave you with this final thought.
We are clearly looking at a major shift away from vulnerable, centralized grids, moving toward resilient, renewable-powered local systems. And the demand for these types of solutions? It's only going to grow from here. So look at your resources, look at your team, and ask yourself, is your firm ready to build the off-grid infrastructure of the future? Because the blueprint is sitting right in front of you in RFP 063/2026, and the clock is officially ticking. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.